Nostradamus named the Zodiac Signs with the gift of clairvoyance. Do you think it is really possible to have a premonition of the future? Not to guess, not to fantasize, but to know in advance what will happen. Nostradamus believed that it was, but he also claimed that the gift of clairvoyance is not a rarity, but a feature that some people receive from birth. And most often, they are born under specific zodiac signs. It is in these signs that the very subtle vision is embedded, the ability to read hidden intentions, see events before they happen, sense danger when everything seems calm. This is not fiction or magic. This is ancient knowledge, confirmed by centuries of observation. In this video, I will reveal which zodiac signs, according to the predictions of Nostradamus himself, carry the power of foresight. Who are they? The bearers of inner radar and spiritual vision? If you feel that sometimes you know more than others, this video is for you. Subscribe if you care about knowledge that they won't tell you at school, but which can change your perception of yourself and others. And don't forget to leave a comment. Who do you think has this gift among your friends? Here we go. The first sign is Leo. Leo's clairvoyance does not manifest itself in the form of mysticism. It is the ability to see the essence of things before others begin to guess. He does not need cards, crystals, or rituals. All that is needed is his inner clarity and observation, brought to the level of superpowers. He feels the approach of changes in his body, tension in the voice of others, a slight shift in behavior, even a barely perceptible fear against the background of other people's decisions. Leo recognizes all this instantly and draws conclusions that are later confirmed with precision down to the details. When Leo comes into contact with a person, he instantly looks through his intentions. These are not guesses. This is inner knowledge, precise and unmistakable. He sees weak points, knows where manipulation is, where the truth is, where empty noise is. His gift is an internal radar tuned to any lie, danger, betrayal. He knows how to turn off the external and concentrate on the essence, ignoring noise, masks, and theatrical performances. And that is why he predicts events, because he does not invent them, but sees them in their initial form. Even in their youth, representatives of this sign can surprise adults with accurate observations and premonitions. Over time, this becomes a system. Their phrases like, "Don't trust him," "She will leave in 2 months," "There will be a scandal here," are first ignored, then confirmed. And each time, those around him increasingly understand that Leo knows what no one else knows. The peculiarity of Leo's clairvoyance is in confidence. He does not doubt his feelings. He does not seek support. He simply speaks, and the intonation leaves no doubt. Before you is not a fantasy, but a diagnosis. His predictions concern not only the future, but also the hidden present. He can recognize who is lying, who is afraid, who is playing, and who is preparing a blow. And this knowledge does not require effort. It manifests itself. If Leo dreams of an image, it is not just a dream. It is a signal. His subconscious works precisely, like an archivist collecting symbols, situations, and reactions. And if he wakes up with the feeling that he needs to cancel a meeting, he does it. And later he finds out something happened that could harm him. His inner voice is not a metaphor, but clear navigation. When he is silent and observes, this is not indifference. This is the moment of collecting information. He looks at details, how a person holds his hand, how his facial expression changes, how a word sounds in the 3rd minute of a dialogue. All these are his signals. He collects them into a picture, and in 10 minutes he knows where everything is heading, even if others still believe the opposite. The second sign is Capricorn. It all starts with silence. A representative of this sign is never in a hurry to express an opinion until he sees the whole picture. But it is in this silence that his main gift is hidden, the ability to see more than others. The clairvoyance of a Capricorn is manifested not in images or voices, but in precise inner confidence. He does not need cards, crystals, or rituals. A glance is enough to read information. In August 1557, Nostradamus recorded a strange formulation in his notes. He does not look into the future. He reads it like a line on a stone. Years later, this line was attributed to the Earth sign, which combines logic and an internal antenna that accurately captures signals of reality. The uniqueness of the clairvoyance of a Capricorn is in the ability to recognize lies and manipulation. He does not need evidence. He just knows where the truth is and where a veiled trap is. In situations when everyone is lost, he remains calm because he feels the result long before the end. It may seem to others that he is cold-blooded or emotionless, but in fact, this is a deep defense to prevent himself from being led astray. Capricorn rarely needs a second opinion. He relies on his internal sensors and is almost never wrong, especially when it comes to fateful decisions. His gift is rational clairvoyance. He sees not only what will happen, but also how it can be avoided or accelerated. He does not dramatize. He analyzes. And this analysis can save entire teams, families, or businesses. His intuitive insight is so high that he can sense a crisis months before it is talked about. He catches not only trends but also personal vibrations, whose energy is weakening and whose is beginning to glow. This is his special role in the environment. He is like a barometer that cannot be deceived. Nostradamus attributed to Capricorns the ability to see the nodes of time. This is a metaphor, but the essence is accurate. Representatives of this sign seem to sense where important events converge. They know how to choose the right moment, not because they are lucky, but because they have a premonition. And this is what makes them such dangerous competitors and strong allies. It is difficult to catch them off guard. More often than not, while others are just realizing what is happening, Capricorn has already adapted and made a decision. Outwardly, this gift may not be noticeable. It manifests itself in everyday actions. Refusal of a dubious deal, silence at the right moment, a sharp turn of fate that seems accidental, but in fact was precisely calculated. Capricorn may not even consider himself a clairvoyant. He simply lives by his feelings, without questioning them. And this is his main strength. He does not wait for confirmation. He acts. Nostradamus called this knowledge without proof. And this is exactly what gives Capricorn his mystical reputation among those who have ever seen him in action. This gift is rarely used for personal purposes. More often, he works to protect or warn others. Capricorn can warn of danger without explaining the reasons. He can leave work the day before mass layoffs. He can invest in an idea that no one has yet understood. And after a while, he will be right. He has no desire to seem like a prophet. He simply lives with this knowledge, accepting it as part of his nature. That is why he does not fully open up even to his closest ones. Not because he does not trust, but because he feels that if he tells everything, it will change the course of events. Capricorn's clairvoyance is not theater. It is an instrument. It is a quiet force that shapes his path and allows him to avoid traps. He does not seek glory, but it is he who becomes the one who at a critical moment says, "Stop, we are not going here." And time shows that his words are not an opinion. They are a fact. The third sign is Virgo. At first glance, it seems impossible for an earth sign to have the gift of clairvoyance. But this is what makes Virgo special. She is not a seer in the classical sense. Her gift is not in seeing the future, but in noticing what others miss. Her attention to detail and ability to synchronize with the course of events creates the effect of real insight. In the notes of Nostradamus, a person is mentioned who deciphers the future, like a code built into the routine. It is this line that esotericists later associated with Virgos, those who are able to see patterns where others see chaos. Virgo's clairvoyance is manifested in the ability to predict turns. She seems to sense at what point the situation will begin to change and adjust to this seconds before the turn. This sensitivity is not mysticism, but an intellectual setting, honed by experience, observation, and a keen inner hearing. It is difficult to deceive a Virgo, especially when it comes to the future. She may not know all the facts, but she senses contradictions, anticipates failures, and predicts people's reactions down to the last word. Her strength is in analytical clairvoyance. She sees a chain of actions and understands how they will end. And this gives her an advantage not only in everyday matters, but also in global decisions. She can sense that a crisis is approaching in the company based on a random detail, a change in the behavior of colleagues, a strange edit in documents, an uncharacteristic phrase from the boss. She does not speak directly but changes strategy, and the result speaks for itself. At the most difficult moment, she finds herself in a different point, where everything is stable. Nostradamus claimed that Virgos are able to read reality like a book without flipping through the pages. This metaphor surprisingly accurately describes how their internal mechanism works. They do not run forward, do not guess. They carefully monitor what is happening, and this is enough to build a reliable model of the future. A pattern is formed in her head, in which every little thing is a hint, and if others need inspiration or insight, a Virgo needs only one glance to understand in which direction events are unfolding. Her gift is not for show. She does not put on performances, does not prove her case. She acts. And this is especially valuable in a world where many are lost in assumptions. Virgo simply knows, and this knowledge is based on a deep connection with reality. She does not separate intuition from reason. She combines them, and this is her unique advantage, foresight, substantiated by logic. Her clairvoyance helps not only herself but also those around her. She can stop a loved one in time, give accurate advice, warn against a mistake. And even if at first her words are ignored, after a while they return to her because she is always right. She does not press with authority. She speaks quietly, but confidently. And the intonation of her voice often sounds more convincing than any evidence. This gift is formed over the years. It requires practice, patience, and deep observation. Virgo is not born a clairvoyant, but becomes one, sharpening her sensors every day. She trains her mind, emotions, body language, and over time, she reaches such a level of accuracy that her predictions are perceived as fact. Because in her case, it is not a guess, it is a calculation, and this is what makes her one of the most underrated seers among all the signs. The fourth sign is Cancer. Cancer's gift of clairvoyance is activated through emotions. But this is not just sensitivity. It is a highly accurate system for recognizing the future through an internal emotional barometer. Cancer reads the mood of space, even if it is carefully hidden. He can enter a room where everything seems calm and feel a conflict will happen here, and it will happen because Cancer feels tension that has not yet been expressed in words. He does not analyze, he experiences. His body reacts before the mind has time to react. Rapid heartbeat, anxiety without reason, a sudden desire to leave. All these are his signals, and each of them has a meaning. He can anticipate a call, news, a change in relationships. He can understand in advance that one period is ending and another is beginning. Without dates, without logic, just at the level of sensations. He often experiences moments when he finds answers without knowing the questions. These can be thoughts that come in a dream or in solitude, images that are later realized. He can predict the actions of another person by intonation, by a look, by one word thrown out by chance. He will not argue, will not prove, but he will remember. And after a while, he will be right. His gift is especially strong in personal contacts. He can sense lies on an energetic level. Even if a person smiles and says the right words, Cancer has already felt there is a threat in this, and he will distance himself, even if he cannot explain why. His distance is not a whim. It is protection from future shocks that he anticipates in advance. Cancer has the most subtle connection with subconscious flows. His intuition often takes the form of internal resistance. He does not like the idea, although it sounds logical. He does not go to a meeting, although everyone says that it is important. And after days, weeks, months, it becomes clear. It was this decision that saved him from trouble. He will not be able to explain how it works, because this is not an analysis. This is a gift. Even in everyday life, he shows the ability to sense the future. He can choose the right time to start, finish, change. He can predict that a situation will not work out, although everything is going according to plan. He can sense that someone will no longer be a part of his life, and internally, he will already say goodbye. He does not need confirmation, because he already feels the outcome. The fifth sign is Sagittarius. Sagittarius clairvoyance works through an instant understanding of the ending. He does not always see the details, but he knows exactly what this or that action will lead to. His gift is strategic clairvoyance aimed at the future. He does not observe what is happening. He is already one step ahead and knows what will happen next. This is not a guess. It is an intuitive formula that has formed in the mind. Sagittarius can feel the potential or collapse even before the signs appear. He sees the weak link in the system, understands where the balance is broken, where the lie is hidden. His clairvoyance is the ability to grasp the essence instantly, to the words, to the explanations. He can look at a situation and immediately say, "Here will be a victory, here, a defeat." And later it will turn out that he is right. The peculiarity of this sign is that he not only feels, he acts. His intuition is directed not inward, but outward. He does not sit and analyze. He tries, checks, goes where others doubt. He does not wait for coincidences. He feels the flow and flows into it. Therefore, his actions seem daring and then prophetic, because he acts one step before others. Sometimes his words sound like predictions thrown in casually. He can say, "This company will not last long," or "They will not reach the end of the year," without any special arguments. Simply because he feels the vibration of decline has already begun. He feels the laws of large processes, as if a radar was built into him, tuned to the movement of time. And this makes his clairvoyance special, large scale. He can predict not only events, but also the right moment. Sagittarius knows when to start. His sense of timing is the most precise instrument. He is not late. He is not in a hurry. He feels the moment to shoot. And when everyone else is just getting ready, he is already in the game. His success is not an accident, but the result of a precise hit in the future, because he felt what needs to be done right now. Sagittarius is not an esoteric. He is a prophet of action. His gift of clairvoyance is not in anticipating troubles, but in the ability to see opportunities and use them instantly. He sees where the world is moving, even if no one notices it. And if he says something about the future, it is worth listening, because he does not fantasize. He has already been there.